What's going on, fellow A-plusers? It's your boy Adam Perez. We're back once again, baby, with a brand new movie update for a small movie coming out from Marvel Studios by the name of Fantastic Four. That's right, Fantastic Four, which is set to go ahead and release July 25th of 2025, is back in the news this week. It's actually been a while since we actually heard any updates from the Fantastic Four movie. I believe the last time that we had heard from them was on Valentine's Day when they actually revealed to us the official cast for this upcoming movie. Ever since then, though, it's been relatively quiet, to be quite frank with you. There have been some inklings of possible information out, like the setting of this film, supposedly set to go ahead and take place during the 60s in an alternate universe. So, not quite in the MCU, but an alternate universe. And they claim that perhaps by the end of the movie, that's when they will, in fact, be joining us in the MCU. Kind of playing up that role of the multiverse sort of concept once again, as that's been a really big theme for this particular saga so far. There were even some inkling rumors back at the end of 2023 of a possible female Silver Surfer as well. I think at the time, Anya Taylor Joy's name might have been floating around with that particular casting. But believe it or not, the female Silver Surfer news is back. That's right, as it looks like it will, in fact, be official. This is, in fact, coming to us from Deadline.com, letting us know that Julia Garner joins Marvel Studios movie as a Shalla-Bal version of Silver Surfer. So again, this is not going to be the classic, most popular known version of Silver Surfer played by Norrin. This will in fact be Shalla-Bal. So for those of you who don't know about her, we'll definitely talk a little bit about her here shortly. But let's go ahead and get into this exclusive article. It says with the four actors set to play the iconic members of the super team, Marvel Studios Fantastic Four now has its eyes set on who will play Silver Surfer, and it looks like they're going to go with one of the town's biggest rising stars. Sources tell Deadline that Emmy winner Julia Garner is set to play the iconic comic book character. So she's an Emmy winner, so she's definitely bringing a lot of experience and great performances with her. Wanda Vision Helmer Matt Shackman is directing the Fantastic Four off of a script by Josh Friedman, Jeff Kaplan, Eric Pearson, and Ian Springer. Production will in fact begin this summer. While the plot details for this film are unknown, sources say Garner will play Shalla-Bal, a version of Silver Surfer from the comics. Garner's star has been on the rise ever since she won her first of 3 Emmys for playing Ruth on the Netflix crime drama Ozark. So I'm definitely have not checked out Ozark, despite how big and popular that series certainly eventually went on to become. But so if you have watched Ozark, you're probably quite familiar with her performance and what she could possibly bring to the movie screen. I'm sure she's probably had her fair share of screen tests, gone over the script, has certainly impressed enough to go ahead and land this role, and I think she could probably pull it off. While I haven't seen much of her, I did recently see like a Twitter clip of her pretty powerful performance. So I will be fascinated to see what she does as Shalla-Bal Silver Surfer. Now, for those of you who don't know, in our MCU, or at least in the modern Marvel Comics world, Shalla-Bal is a former lover of Norrin, who I believe, as the Silver Surfer, I believe Shalla-Bal does perish in the comic book. There is an alternate universe version of Shalla-Bal, and she comes to us from Earth 9997. The Earth in which Marvel Comics takes place on is Earth 616, that I think most of us assume is where the MCU is. So again, playing off the part that the Fantastic Four movie may be taking place in the 60s in an alternate universe, we are getting a Shalla-Bal Silver Surfer from Earth 9997. In this particular world, Shalla-Bal still the lover of the Silver Surfer Norrin, but in this world, she also gets the cosmic powers from Galactus. Now, Silver Surfer's Galactus does die, but realizing the importance and the balance that Galactus brings, they actually convince, get this, Franklin Richards. That's right. We already have an immediate connection to Reed Richards. Franklin Richards They ask him to advance his mutation, and Franklin Richards then becomes the brand new Galactus, which then gives Shalla-Bal her powers. And Galactus, believe it or not, has twin heralds. That's right, two Silver Surfers in this particular world. So Shalla-Bal, again, her own character, her own background and story, is a Silver Surfer. That's going to be the one that is going to be focused on for this particular Fantastic Four. And believe it or not, they also have a second female Silver Surfer in the comic books that goes by the name of Juno. She is, in fact, from Earth 829, if I'm not mistaken, the granddaughter of Hercules, that also winds up getting the abilities after her grandfather sacrifices herself to save the galaxy. So there are plenty of Silver Surfers in Marvel Comics for them to certainly play around with. And so, based off of the idea that this Fantastic Four movie may be in an alternate universe, it could be one of the reasons why we don't see Norrin Rad, our normal Silver Surfer, our more popular Silver Surfer, in this movie because of the fact that they are, in fact, in an alternate universe. But look, if Garner, if Julia Garner has won a couple of Emmys in her life, she definitely bring in experience, and I don't think that should certainly be slept on. I think she could probably have a really great performance, if you ask me. I also want to go ahead and just let people know, like, look, we have not seen the script yet. We don't know the plot details. We don't know the beats of this particular movie. We don't know how this particular movie ends. But I will say, I do think that there's always an opportunity for a returning Norrin Rad, the Silver Surfer, at some particular point in time. We have yet to see our Silver Surfer for the MCU's universe. And who's to say that we eventually don't get the opportunity to certainly see that? I think it would be really fascinating, if you ask me, if the Fantastic Four does meet Shalla-Bal in their alternate universe. Maybe she knows of a Norrin Rad. Maybe that Norrin Rad has in fact perished, or whatever the case may be. Maybe by the end of that particular film, that Fantastic Four gets thrusted into our MCU, and maybe in a sequel or a third film, we do get ourselves a brand new Silver Surfer in Norrin Rad. And wouldn't that be awesome if the Fantastic Four had the opportunity to see Norrin Rad Silver Surfer and he name drops Shalla-Bal as a lost love that he lost, and Reed Richards can then say, well, you know what? From an alternate universe and reality where I come from, Shalla-Bal very much is alive, and she too is a Silver Surfer. I think that would be super impactful for our Norrin Rad Silver Surfer to eventually come to learn and find out somewhere down the road. Again, that's just speculation on my part, but you get to see the possibilities and the great sort of story arcs that can then connect Shalla-Bal to our Norrin Rad Silver Surfer, possibly here in our own MCU universe, if that's the direction that they certainly want to go. So don't give up hope on Norrin Rad not popping up in the MCU. Again, might in fact be taking place in an alternate universe, which would explain the use of Shalla-Bal here. I also want to go ahead and just push back in regards to the people that I have seen immediately hear this news and the grunts and the eye rolls and the immediate, oh, this movie's gonna suck, really based off of the idea that they view this as a gender swap. Again, this is not a gender swap. Norrin Rad is the Silver Surfer, but there are also other Silver Surfers in the comic books, and they're not, you know, Julia Garner's not playing Norrin Rad. She is in fact playing her own character that has her own story, her own background. They're just deciding to go ahead and use a different character in this particular role. And look, the last time I checked personally, a movie lives and dies by the script. It lives and dies by how powerful the story is and how powerful the characters are. I've never seen a movie die simply because of the fact of the race of a character, or if they were male or female. It doesn't matter who leads the movie. If the script sucks and the story sucks, the movie is going to suck. So the idea of people saying this movie is going to bomb, it's going to flop, simply because of the fact that we have a female Silver Surfer, I'd like to introduce you to another movie by the name of The Rise of the Silver Surfer, the second Fantastic Four movie that we wind up having, that in fact did have a male Silver Surfer in Norrin Rad. And guess what? That movie was not a box office success. That movie is critically panned. The movie sucked then and it sucked now. Terrible critic score, terrible audience score. Don't let anybody lie to you and tell you this movie was great. You just got to see it 2 or 3 or 4 times to really appreciate it. No, the movie sucked then and it sucked now. And guess what? We had a male Silver Surfer then, and he didn't do the job enough to go ahead and make it successful. And in fact, they didn't even make a trilogy out of this particular franchise at the time. That's how bad this movie was. So, again, female Silver Surfer, male Silver Surfer, it does not matter unless your script is tight and right. Look, has Marvel and Disney been great at some of their scripts? Probably not. I've actually been okay with some of their movies. Some of them I have not truly cared for. Secret Invasion, put that back in the trash, please. Listen. I think Marvel Studios has had the opportunity during these strikes to take a step back, rewrites, bring in some reshoots, and really tighten things up. And again, we'll definitely see how this movie is, but the idea to prejudge something before you ever seen a trailer, a script, any set photos whatsoever, and assuming just because a character is a female Silver Surfer or a female version of somebody that this movie's gonna bomb, I think the prejudging is really despicable, to be quite frank with you. Like, I really just don't trust people's judgment when it comes to movies. If right out of the gate they're immediately hating on something that they have no idea what the script, what the plot is certainly asking for, and making a prejudgment like that. I think when it comes to films, we should all be open-minded, give creators the opportunity to create, go into a film open-minded and enjoy or not enjoy it for certainly what it is. So give everything a shot, because it don't matter the race, it don't matter the gender. What matters is the script. And at the end of the day, guys, that's just my A+ opinions. I always want to know yours. Let your thoughts be known in the comment section box below. But until then, do me a big favor, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and keep it A+. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.